So right up until this point, into walking into year 3 now, you should be at least 18, 19, maybe 20 years old at this time, okay? Now, if you've done everything that I've said properly before then, up until now, you should be making this much money, this amount of money per month, okay, at the least, okay? Expenses still maintaining 50% lifestyle at the least, okay? Cash flow, 500 to 600 bucks a month. Now, if you've done what I said in the previous video, you did eventually in that time period, you got that line of credit increase and then you increased your credit card, okay? Savings should have gone up. You should have, by the end of year 3, going into year 4, right? So in between this time period, right, you should have about 14,000 cash savings, okay, in your bank savings account, okay? And we also went over some rules in establishing your tax-free asset, which is what we're going to do in this video now, okay? I'm gonna give you a good picture, a good layout of what I think you should go ahead and implement at a very young age. And this is the perfect age, 18, 19 years old. You are now able to get a tax-free asset, or what's called a life insurance policy, under your name, okay, and you own it completely, you fund it. This I want you to treat like a savings account, kind of like at a bank institution, okay? But in this case, you have more ownership over that savings account, okay? And there's a lot more benefits that come with it, okay? So, giving the layout, doing velocity banking, we're going to acquire your first life insurance policy, okay? So you've got your checking account right here. You've got your line of credit on this side. And the goal is we're trying to obtain the life insurance policy. How can we do this? How can we leverage our cash, our income, and our assets right here, our line of credit and credit card? How can we leverage those things to obtain this insurance policy and it have no effect to our cash, okay? Here's what we do. This line of credit, okay, we're going to figure out our chunk, okay? Remember the 60-40 rule? You know, take 40% of your, cash flow, right? Or even money on hand, okay? So I'm taking everything into the mix here. And a nice safe number based on the line of credit, your income, your expenses, debt being nothing, cash flow, and money on hand. I say anywhere from $4,000 to $6,000, you're gonna go ahead and make a chunk payment towards a life insurance policy. Now, this is not any type of life insurance policy. This is not something you just look up on the internet and find, okay? You're gonna have to do extensive research on this. Good thing you have me as your teacher, okay? Because I have done most of the legwork for you already. On our channel, I've ran scenarios, many different videos that you can go ahead and come across. And I also have a playlist called Becoming Your Own Banker, okay? So be sure to watch that and do research on top of my research so you can perfect this for yourself, okay? And the other benefit is you have me to help you design that life insurance policy for you so you can implement this into your kingdom, into your wealth building strategy. Sound good? Awesome. So if we do this properly, this life insurance policy is going to yield us anywhere from 4 to 6.5% or higher tax-free. Why is it tax-free? Life insurance is an asset, it is not an investment. So therefore the IRS does not tax that as income, okay? And if we use the policy properly, we can actually use the money tax-free, grow it tax-free, okay? And in more videos, I'll keep unraveling layer by layer, but I want you to just get the idea of establishing a life insurance policy. This is a permanent, okay? That's the terminology, permanent life insurance. Could be also known as whole life insurance, okay, or becoming your own banker, or the infinite banking concept, okay? A lot of different terminologies. Just understand that this insurance policy is going to be with you for your whole entire life, okay? And when you establish this, it'll act and you'll treat it like a savings account and like a line of credit, where instead of you paying interest, you know, whenever you take money out of a line of credit or a credit card, right, after 30 days, you would get interest on a credit card. But on a line of credit, as soon as you pull money out, right, you know how we start to accrue interest. Well, what if you could pull money out of a tool and not get charged any interest? In fact, earn interest, use this money to go invest in your business, invest in a product, invest in the market, invest in real estate, many different things, and actually earn interest while using the money and making more money there as well. So you get a double effect, and you never lose the value of the money. It continues to grow, okay? So very, very important. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take a chunk from your line of credit, establish the policy. That's gonna satisfy the premium cost of the insurance policy, and it's also gonna satisfy your savings account, where money is going to grow inside of the life insurance policy, tax-free, at this percentage rate or higher, okay? Key thing to understand is you won't lose money. And another key thing is I want you to treat it like a savings account. You're very young. Let this thing build, okay? Let it build, and we keep using your line of credit, your credit card, income, cash flow. We keep using that money to rotate, okay, and grow. So once you've made that chunk from the line of credit, what you're gonna go ahead and do is take your income, dump it into the line of credit, right? Money goes in, see that, checking account, you get paid, right? You go ahead and get paid, boom, lands in the checking account. After you made that chunk, boom, all your income right into that line of credit. And then over the month, over a 30-day period, you're going to make transfers back to your checking account. So money's gonna come out and it's gonna pay bills, pay your expenses. Okay, so if you've got $1,600 going in, $1,000 coming out, $600 stays in. If you made anywhere from a 4 to 6K chunk, okay, over time, over 6 months or less, this will get wiped out, okay? Your chunk, your line of credit will come back to zero. You could even take some of your cash on hand and just zero out the line of credit. Kind of like what we did when we bought the car, right? Same thing. You can shift your money back into that line of credit, cost you nothing in interest, and you never lost your cash flow because you used the bank's money first to acquire your asset. And now you're earning interest on that money that you borrowed, okay? And then you shifted your money on hand that was in the savings account, you shifted a portion of that into the line of credit, and you pay zero interest to do so, okay? And you keep going about your business, keep using the credit card to run your expenses, your day-to-day, and you got a couple of bills that have to be paid with cash, and for the most part, you are solid, okay? So this is establishing your savings asset. What this is going to enable you to do, on top of having a life insurance policy, is you're gonna have this death benefit, okay? A very large one, I should say, because you're so young, healthy as can be, right? And the premiums are gonna be very, very minimal. So the cost of doing this is very, very minimal because you're so young, okay? Another benefit is you're gonna have this savings increase your net worth. It's going to increase you over the years, okay? And you're going to utilize this cash that's growing inside the policy to then go ahead and make investments as you get older. But for right now, just treat it like a savings account. Once a year, right? Once a year, every year, you go ahead and you dump that amount of money into the policy, okay? And you'll have the ability to put more money, okay? We'll decide that together, what that amount will be. It'll be based off how much money you make, your expenses, your cash flow, okay? Will determine kind of how much money you want to go ahead and save each and every year, because you can just tell me that number, right? Or we can figure it out together. The point is, you start. That's the point. When it comes to finances, you got to start. When it comes to building wealth, you start. That's it. And you never look back. And you just keep moving forward. Keep acquiring the information. Seek knowledge, information, and truth, and it will get you there. Okay? Tune in for the next video.